welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Last episode we figured out more about the curse that is plaguing our lands and spawning random creatures from the Fae. And this episode we're going to do the quest Feast of Feasts, which is to help Ekindeo since he's been looking pretty down. So Lindsay thought of an idea of throwing a little party for him. So we're going to talk to Lena now about it. Your Grace, you must have come to talk about the feast for Ekindeo. I'd be happy to. I'll provide food and drinks. Everything will be first class. How much will this idea cost me? Don't mention it, Your Grace. It's such an honor for me. Everything is on the house. Who will serve at the feast? With your permission, Your Grace. For such an honor, with such esteemed guests, I'd like to do it myself, Your Grace. I commend your enthusiasm. Why would you? Oh, Your Grace, isn't it so? It'd be my pleasure. I hope everyone likes it, including Ekindeo, so she definitely has a crush on him. Then we need only agree on the place. I guess there's no two ways about it. We'll have to have it right in this room. We can decorate it, of course. Who's this? Forgive me, but if we are thinking about the same Ekindeo, he will likely feel uncomfortable indoors. The feast must definitely be held in the woods, if Madam Innkeeper is up for such a challenge. Who are you? My name's Nitavi. I'm passing through the city. Ekin and I know each other from long ago. Since back when he guarded caravans, we traveled together for a long time. Why would Ekin want a feast in the woods? He's a born ranger. He always feels calmer under an open sky. I know him well. Can you think of a suitable place? How about the Royal Hunting Grounds? I've seen the place in passing. It's not far from the city. It's a cozy nook and there's water nearby. What do you say, Alina? I might not know Ekindeo as well as some, but I see no trouble in holding a feast in the woods, or on a mountain, or in a swamp for that matter. Wonderful. In that case, I'll gladly meet both of you in the agreed upon place. My, I've seen a lot since as a keeper here, but when one just invites herself like that, oh, what got into me? Grumbling. It's a high time to start cooking. Your Grace, please take care of bringing Ekindeo to the agreed place. Lindsay and I will do the rest. Alright. Looks like we're going to bring Ekin to the agreed upon place. So I'll see you there. Here we are. We are at the camp, and I'm going to guess that the feast is right up here. But we just got to the hunting grounds, which is where we killed all those Fae creatures a couple episodes ago. So we brought Amiri, Octavia, Tristan, Valerie, myself, and Ekindeo to this. I think that does matter. I'm not sure though. I didn't really change the party, as you can tell. Talk to Alina here. He's got a fancy hat. There you are. Ekin, old friend, speak of the devil. Freezes in surprise. He stares into Tavi and Alina silently for a few moments, completely still. Finally, Ekin turns a quizzical look to you. Relax, friend. Let's just drink a little and talk. Please, come here, Ekindeo. You don't mind if I call you Ekin. Dog. That dog is so big. It's like bigger than like 3 of us put together. But anyway. Please come to me when everyone is busy eating and drinking. I would like to talk to you. Oh, everyone's here. Okay, so it's not just... Let's see what Valerie has to say.
That's easy.
Ooh, this is... I don't know if you noticed that, but Kanera, when she bent down, another version of her was standing. And you can see 2 tails here. I don't think that's... Yeah, you can kind of see those 2 on top of each other here. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, and this is right next to where the hunters from Pitax were. Thank you for the wonderful idea, Lindsay. I'm glad you liked it. I hope the others are happy too, especially Ekin. Isn't it hard to play and talk at the same time? Ha, it's a matter of practice. Lindsay, I think now's the perfect time for one of your performances. Are you sure? Have you had time to talk to everyone? Give me a little more time. Let's talk to Ekin. Your Grace must want to talk to Ekin. I'll go make sure everyone has enough to drink. I fucking love Ekin's little fancy hat. Cunning plan to bring a hunter to a feast. Call him to hunt. You know, Lindsay, she has a creative mind. It was a team effort. Lindsay, Alina, and Natavi. And you, according to Alina. Thank you. I hope we didn't do more harm than good. Are you at least having fun? It's good to be among friends and trees, and even better, not holding a bow. You have one on your back, so close enough, right? How are you? Life is life. It goes on, whether we wish it or not. Let's go. What do you mean? Actually, tired of fighting, ready to lie down and give up? No, what do you mean? What about tired of fighting, ready to lie down and give up? What do you know of how I live? I wake up with the first rays of sun. I see the faces of my family. Fire turns to ashes. Midday turns to midnight. And when the stars are shining, I still think of them. Some days bitterness and rage fill me. I drive them away. Other days I feel a smile on my face and I appall myself. Only hunting numbs my feelings, but the farther I follow the trail, the darker the woods are, and the harder it is to find my way back. Don't submit to despair. Deep inside you want to be happy again, and your family would want the same for you. Don't be ashamed of the moments where joy returns to your life. Easier said than done, but there is wisdom in your words. I see Alina is trying very hard to please you. She is the lady of the house. This is her responsibility. I think this is more than a sense of obligation. I thought about it. Time will tell. Does it not ruin your fun? There is very much of her, all at once. However, she is a good woman. Let's talk about something else. Why did you never tell me about Natavi? Why? Were you close? We are friends and friends leave, but stay anyway. Why did you stop talking? Amanda said a caravan is here. You'll go to the tavern again. Natavi is a bad influence. And then Natavi started coming less and less. How did you meet her? Guarded caravans. She talked a lot. I thought she must be in love with her own voice. But over time we walked many roads together. I learned she had a steady eye and a strong hand. See. Alright, drink with me? Alina's wine is quite good. It's your choice, though. No, thank you. Alright. I'm going to get something to eat. Okay, what else? Talking to Tavi. I admit we got quite acquainted very suddenly. That's right. When we met for the first time, I had to speak to him. Interruptions be damned. What was I supposed to do? I haven't seen Ekin for such a long time, and I was so surprised to hear about him. So, what did you want to talk about? I wanted to ask a favor. You see, Alina, the innkeeper, treats me coldly, and I have no reason why. Yesterday, for instance, she argued with me before changing the sheets in my room, and today she refuses to pour me a glass of wine. So I was thinking she wouldn't refuse if the Baroness herself asked for a bottle of wine. And why do you need a bottle of wine? What a strange question. Really, why would I need a bottle of wine at a party? Fine, I'll see what I can do. Thanks, Yana. Still, why do you need a bottle of wine? Well, I just wouldn't steal Ekin for a moment, to walk and talk with him, eye to eye. I've known him a long time and you could definitely use someone to talk to. I'd like to know you better, though. So we know where she met caravans. A curious tattoo, a stinging wasp. Does it mean anything? Your Grace is very observant. This tattoo is a tribute to tradition. It symbolizes transition from unconscious dogmatic conformity to mindfulness and self-awareness. Where are you from? I grew up in Nantambu, far from here, but never liked that city. I left it years ago and haven't been back since. I remember leaving it vividly. Little towers covered with bright mosaics dot the horizon, while I lay hidden in the bushels of sugarcane on a rumbling cart, drawn by a lame old donkey. Okay, we got our caravan. Sorry, I accidentally hit 2. No, just talked about how they would go to the inn and drink, and she was considered a bad influence on him. But didn't you say before that he doesn't like taverns? He behaved somewhat differently when he was young. Curious story. Let's change the subject. Smile in response and leave. Let's grab
The way seems
drink.
clear.
Thank you for organizing such a wonderful party for Ekin. My pleasure, Your Grace. I am happy everything turned out this way as well. Besides, entertaining a man such as Ekindeo is a pleasure. Elena, could you give me a bottle of wine? Don't bother with the bottle, Your Grace. I'll pour for you. Just bring a glass. I need a bottle for Natavi. She's our guest. You can't refuse her food and drinks. I have no idea why Your Grace invited this harpy. Of course you know better, but still. Well, I'm going to go check in on some of the others. She's just jealous. Let Ekins decide. Here, I hope you like this. Thank you very much. Now, if you don't mind. Talk to Lindsay. Okay. Let's see what happens here.
Quiet footsteps.
Let's watch from afar. It's kind of worries me apart. Alright. Guess we can't leave. Can't follow. Okay, Lindsay. You think it's now a perfect time for it? I'm sure it'll begin. He's not back yet. Your attention. My friends, let's raise our glasses. Let's celebrate our adventures and that we have others to share them with. And also let's thank Alina for a generous feast. The evening was wonderful. And now I'd like to play something special for you. I haven't composed anything for a while, but this is a special occasion. And there he is. I don't want to push him. Let him choose. He's a grown-ass man. And he lost his wife and kids. I don't want to push him towards another person. Dog. Oh, just look at that. Ekin, he seems so loyal. You have to give him a name. You do. You've been together for so long. You've been through so much together. The heart wants what it wants. Why would one fake affection when there is none? I think he deserves a name. His name is Oakbo. That's better. A wonderful, imposing name. Well chosen. By the way, friends, not to sound too mundane, but I'm quite tired, and we still have to get to the city. Maybe it's time we pack up? It's reasonable. That was interesting. Everyone got to interact with each other, all for Ekindeo. Let's see if anything else is going to happen after this. Looks like we're getting teleported back to the city. We did.
Careful now.
Is that quest completed? It is. So it looks like we're gonna go, we have to search we're gonna go do, meet Kessin near the shrine of Lamashtu on Moon Day. First day of the week. Alright, so I will see you there. Alright, so it took me about 25 minutes to get this to actually work. I think there's a form of bug. I'm not sure. I'm gonna report it just in case. I slept for like 13 days and it only passed 2 days. So I don't know what's exactly wrong with it, but we started on the 8th and now it's the 18th. And I checked in between every single day. Like every time I rested, I checked. And apparently I skipped right over it or something, but I slept for exactly like 24 hours each time and it missed. So I'm not exactly sure what happened, but anyway, we got it, so here we go. I'm ready, Keston. Let's get those cultists. There's 5 of them, huh? We definitely outnumber them. The cub with Lamashtu's mark. These guys are psychopaths.
That's easy. I'm not afraid.
Okay, here we are. Let's make sure none of them can get away. So I'm gonna put that there. Okay, he's saved. Wait, why is there... It definitely bugged out. Alright, we'll be right back. So we didn't need to go. So as soon as I ended that little recording, this guy just like, he slowly walked out of frame. And it completely ignored my charge, but that's cool, I guess. There's a priest of Lamashtu. He's down. I put that down so they couldn't escape, but apparently they still can. Weird. They are considered evil. Good to know. They're pretty healthy too. Let's get a dazzling. Just ooh, it takes a full action, huh? Okay, we'll get right here. We got some militiamen coming in. Yep, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. I'm gonna move right here. Don't know how he got an attack of opportunity on me, but it doesn't matter. Octavia. Let's go with this. 17 sneak attack isn't bad.
Your death awaits.
Not much they can really do at this point.
Nowhere to run.
Let's see here. Anything we can do? Besides running over here, it doesn't look like there's too much. Well, guess bless, I guess. This fight's gonna take a hot minute. Wow, these militiamen suck. Like, really suck. What level are these militiamen? No effects or conditions. I don't even know how much health they have. Interesting. Octavia. Let's go with this. 26 sneak attack. Very nice. Crit of 62. Tiana's definitely, like, ever since I got her duelist, she just tears shit up. Because she got improved critical and she can parry. Alright. Oh no. We got that there. Masterwork Falchion. Longsword. Falchion. There. Okay, what was the quest saying now? We have to go get him. Even though I don't know how they escaped. Well, we're hurrying through this fucking web. Let's leave. The triumph over the wicked Lamashtu cultists proved incomplete. Some villain or villainess has slipped away under the cover of darkness into a narrow gorge amongst the rocks. Without a second thought, our brave Baroness, loyal Keston, and their comrades in arms rushed after the fleeing figure. The figure, clad in black, was barely visible in the dark. The villain had gotten far ahead of us. At the last moment, the Baroness noticed their prey had turned aside and disappeared behind the rocks. We're gonna go with this. After they decided to take a shortcut to catch the cultists by surprise, the party started climbing up the stone ridge. Yeah, easy success. Climbing the darkness is a difficult task. It's not a joke when you try to catch a stable rock and hear the small stones crumble under your feet. Several times it seemed our heroes were out of luck, but their stubbornness and the thought of the runaway cultists gloating about eluding them gave them strength. Moments later, we were at the top. So our heroes found themselves at the top, and just in time. The cultist, barely visible in the darkness, was threading his way through the gorge directly beneath them. It seemed the cultist was so focused on finding his footing, he didn't notice his pursuers perched above him. Giving the Baroness a chance to strike. What will our heroes do next? We're gonna go with Ekindeo here. He's got high perception and high dex. He failed the dex. Ekindeo appeared from the darkness like a spirit. The runaway clearly hadn't been expecting that. Ekindeo barely had time to react when the cultist burst into a sprint. Darkness failed to cover the peculiar way the runaway walked. The robed figure was limping badly, dragging their right leg. Despite that, the cultist vanished in the darkness without trace. The party followed to the edge of the plateau where the flatlands began. Ooh, this is a lot of reading. Anyway, as our brave heroes reached the edge of a plateau, the vastness of the camelands opened before them, an ocean of high grass as far as the eye could see. A beautiful sight, but finding our quarry in the green sea, it would prove impossible. With our heads down and hopes lost, we descended to where a small streamlet flowed amongst the stones, and there before us, good fortune. In his haste, our villain had run through the high grass, leaving a trail for all to see. The party immediately set off, driven by a single desire to capture the criminal who dared to escape his punishment, the punishment of the Baroness, and had led us on this unwelcome chase. We moved as swiftly as we could, but even the ground seemed to fight us. Rock gave way to mud which grew deeper as we marched on and seemed to grab at our boots. Even the wind began to rise, lashing at our cloaks, and a foul scent filled the air. Sure signs we were heading towards the Gnarl Marches. Soaking wet and exhausted, our heroes came upon a cabin at the edge of a swamp. According to Keston, it was a hunter's lodge, owned by Dumra, a hunter who lived there alone. It was known for her great temper and little patience. It also looked as if it might be a place where the cultists would seek shelter. It was unlikely the runaway would brave the depths of the Gnarl Marches in the middle of the night. So the Baroness pushed open the door and stepped inside, letting a touch of the cool night air in. And there we go. It took us an hour and a half to get there, but we got there. We caught the fleeing cultists, it seems. Things have gone from bad to worse. We must find the cultists before they flee, and we have no idea what they look like. Your Grace, I'm ready to make an arrest, but if you wish to investigate further before making a decision, I'll make sure no one leaves the lodge until you give the order. I'd like to look around and speak with these people. Maybe I'll find something. As you command, Your Grace. No one will leave this house. I'll make sure of that. My advice, take their room keys. Their personal belongings speak their owner's intent, often more than their masters would like.
It is done.
Let's talk to this guy. Plain dress and a hooded cloak, her belly is swollen, she is pregnant and her time is near. Your Grace, it's an honor. I thought I'd never be able to thank you in person for your kindness, but gods were kind to me. You must have forgotten already, but it was you who discovered my husband's body. Oh, this is the, outside the lone house, where we met Bartholomew. If you remember him, we found two traitors. One, died to, traps, and the other one was injured. And we gave, the one that was injured, his other traitor's belongings to bring to his family, and this is her. And it looks like she was pregnant. You found a brooch and a letter on his body, and it had it sent to me. You made it possible that the last gift from my husband had found its way home. There's not enough words in the world for how grateful I am. What are you doing here? I'm taking what rest I can after a long day on the road. Your Grace, I'm a widow. I barely had 2 seasons to mourn my husband, and he left me with child, and in difficult times like these. I've got a sister in Gralton. Gods bless her. She's agreed to give me shelter in her house, so I went there. There was nowhere else to go. Are you planning to stay in Gralton? Excuse me. I don't know yet, but if things turn out well, why not? Where are you from? From Galt, Your Grace. I'm from a tiny village near the tract. Guess no one here ever heard about this place. You recall the location of Galt and Gralton. As far as you know, stolen lands lay aside from the places Olika had named. It was a long journey for you. I've little coin, Your Grace, so I have to beg traders on the road to ride in their carts. I spend nights anywhere I have to. This place is at least warm and dry. Let's talk about something else. I'm looking for a cultist of a dark goddess. Can you help me? Cultist? That's horrible. But how can I help you? Do you know anyone in this hall? First time I've seen these people was when I'd stepped over the threshold of this lodge. Do you know who came to the lodge last? I heard a noise from the kitchen. It was like something fell on the floor, and then this grumpy old lady, Doomra, came out. Have you seen anything suspicious tonight? No, I don't think so. I need a key to your room. Alright. Let's talk to this guy. Greetings, Baroness. Let me introduce myself. Cabron Tedrim from Restov. And this is my wife, Una Tedrim. We've come to your lands to hunt. Yet I admit, we did not expect to meet you in person. To what do we owe this honor? Tell me about yourself, please. I'm a legalist Baroness. My job is to ensure Restov's laws are upheld. My wife is a keeper of the hearth, and my loyal companion prolonged journeys. I guess. Oh yes, of course, Cabron Tedrim. I've heard about you and your famous legal cases. I doubt, Baroness, that anything you heard concerned me. My family name is a common one. I have so many relatives, I know not a quarter of them. Well, with a difficult job like yours, it's impossible to get by without some divine support. Whom do you address your prayers to? Why, to Abdar, of course. Divine patron of law and lawyers, that makes sense. Surely you are aware of Abdar, are you not? You must be, no matter. Let's get back to other questions. You recognize me at once, do I know you? I doubt it, but news about developments within the stolen lands and your role in them has traveled far, Siana. It is a well-known name beyond your borders. Far from Brevoy, are you not? You see, I've heard the wildlife here are an excellent sport, so I decided to see for myself. Sort truth from rumor, you understand. Fortunately, my fair wife was in favor of the trip, so here we are. Do you prefer snares or a bow? Bow. What kind of prey do you hunt? Cougars. Magnificent predators. Worthy prey for a worthy hunter. Well, I hope you enjoy your hunting. Let's change the topic. I need a key to your room. Okay, we did notice that she's being a little suspicious. Not a place to rest for the night. Why, Baroness? We adore this charming dwelling. I'll come back to you later. Okay, they're both... Cabron talks for both of them. Let's talk to Dumra. What an unexpected visit. I'm the hostess of this place. My name is Dumra. How can I help you at this hour? How many people are there in the lodge now except for you? Watch yourself. There are 3 of them, all sitting over there. That one in the kitchen, guessing she's the servant to those 2 noble folk. They look to be carrying all the coin. I'd like to see your wares. She's got camping supplies. Let's buy that. That's worth it, I think. Let's sell off all of these. Let's buy some camping supplies. I will buy 12. Now I'll just buy off all of these. Offer. There we go. Okay, let's talk to her again. What is this place? Can't you see for yourself? A place where people can rest after the hunt, enjoy a tankard or 2, and fill their gold. The nearest tavern is far, you know. What is the main hunter's prey in these parts? On the flatlands, they go for fox and deer, birds in the swamp. There's always a chance of running into something more dangerous, of course. He didn't, like, I know this might be a little nitpicking, but she didn't mention anything about cougars. But anyway, how long have you been living here? Many years now. I know the whole neighborhood, flatlands and swamps. But this place is rather secluded for a traveler's inn. This is not an inn. It's my home. I hunt for a living and let other fellow hunters spend the night here, if they find themselves too far from a tract. I have to go. Can we head back here? Mine.
Done.
Okay. This person's looking awfully suspicious.
Quiet footsteps.
She's limping. Who are you? Name's Tisana. I cook for Tedrims, nobles from Restov. What will it be? What can you tell me about your masters? No quicker road to trouble, talking about masters, that is. How would you like it if your servants were all a gossip about you? They pay regular, not stingy with their coin. They don't yell much, so I count myself fortunate, I do. Why are they here, you think? None of my business. Might be they have things to do, but I wouldn't know it. I mend, I cook, and I serve when / where they need it. They're being pretty sus. Alright, that's enough about the Tedrims. What are you cooking, Tisana? That there's for tomorrow. Tomorrow's midday meal it is. Let's peek in. I need a key to your room. I don't have a room except here in the kitchen. Bed's a bench, still warm enough though. Sit in here.
Look ahead. Completed.
It was used recently. Swing staff, hostess room key. Is that a wand? No. What's a sling staff? Can anyone use it? I don't know what this is. Pretty cool. Be an interesting weapon to work off of.
Precisely.
So far, she's looking the most suspicious. Let's talk to them. The woman in the kitchen, your cook? Yes, we just can't imagine our lives without Susanna. My constitution demands a unique diet. A private matter, if you don't mind. Come back to you later. Let's talk to Keston. Who would you interrogate first? The hostess has been staring hate at us since we entered. Mind her. There's someone who seems especially suspicious to me. I need more time to think. I need some time, Keston. Don't let any of them leave. Watch them. I'll be back soon. I'm gonna save here. I really do think it's the cook in the back, but I want to see if there's anyone upstairs.
Careful now. I did as you asked.
Ooh, some more stuff.
Some other way needed.
I've broken a nail.
You'll be fine. That's a lot of money.
I did as you asked.
Done.
This is Alika.
Done and done. I did as you asked.
Padded armor. Interesting, interesting. +2. She could wear this. Like, that has to be good for her. It gives a 5% spell failure chance. And
I did as you asked. Done and done.
and an extra 3 AC, which is good for her.
The way seems clear.
Let's talk to Alika again. Why are there bloodstained undergarments in your room? Where's that from? I'll explain. I'm expecting a baby, but because of the journey or all the worry, something must have gone wrong. It hurts, and I bleed. I tried to find out what's wrong, to heal myself, to appease the gods. The priest of Pharasma told me he couldn't help. The goddess rejected my child, said it would be born dead. But I can't just accept it. I can't give up. This child, my husband's child, all I have left of him. Can we help her?
Quiet.
I had I was thinking in the back of my mind that was what happened, but... Can you help me? The cultists of Lamashtu is hiding in your lodge. I have to find them. One of Lamashtu's own? That's quite a story you spun, your grace. Next you'll tell me I'm holding Revugug down the cellar, and what's your proof that I hide the cultists? Several hours walk from your lodge to the shrine of Lamashtu. There are footprints leading to your lodge, and your lodge is the only house in the neighborhood. I'm not going to argue with you. Do you know who your guests are? Why should I? I'm not their ward. They come, they pay for a bed, they keep quiet. Why would I care who they are? A crime has happened, Doomer. I need your help to find the culprit. So what did this culprit do wrong? Shot a deer in someone's lands, and now the criminal has to run away as if she was an animal herself? Whatever it is, leave me out of it. Do you remember when they came to your lodge at least? I want to check on my traps. Some people arrived when I was away, so I can't tell you for sure, your grace. Do you let everyone into your house? What are you hinting at, huh? Your guest, Doomra. Do you allow anyone who's asked to spend a night here? Of course, everyone. What else am I expected to do. Pick who gets a warm spot near the fireplace and who gets left out in the rain. I've let in you and your thugs, though you got put a terror in my other guess. Octavia, calm down. You're a fair lass, sure, but who knows what thoughts you have in that pretty head of yours. I'd like to examine your room, Doomra. Listen, the sooner I cross you out of the suspect list, the sooner I'll leave you alone. Do me a favor and give me your room key and all. This will be over before you know it. Your way then. Her eyes narrow, but have a care. No digging through my undergarments or I'll have your hands on hooks, you hear? Okay, we already had a room key.
That's easy.
Let's confront her. We're looking for a criminal who may have fled this way. Have you seen anyone suspicious? What can be seen here, you say? Ask Jumra. She runs the house, she does. Has anyone come into the kitchen recently? Only Doomra came, no doubt checking to see if I'm not palming the silver. As if there's anything we're stealing here, so there's not. The hostess of the lodge doesn't mind your cooking at her kitchen? As if she came here often herself. Filth piled in corners, the floor sandal, deep in dirt. Had to work my fingers to bones to clean the kitchen before I could start a proper meal in this. She curls her lips. This cowshed. That's all I need. Let's talk to them. She's my main suspect now. Talk to Una. A crime has taken place nearby. The one responsible may be hiding in this house. Have you seen anything suspicious? I'm afraid, Your Grace, we won't be able to help you. Have you seen anyone suspicious? We are not accustomed to such company, Baroness. Besides, from the Restov's legalist point of view, every person in this room is suspicious. Do you recall who came to the lodge in the last hour or so? On second thought, this young woman. I didn't notice exactly when she entered the room. He turns to his wife. My dear, perhaps you recall? What was the name our hostess used addressing her? Alika, sweetheart. I cannot recall if I saw her at the start of the evening. I know it's not her. She's pregnant. She would not be running through the woods. And we do know that the person was a limp, has a limp, and I don't think she does. Do you know the hostess of this lodge? No, I don't. And I must say, she doesn't look forward to meeting new people either. Okay, I think it's gonna be Tasana. Let me just double check everyone's weapons. So I have a feeling as soon as they get found out, they're going to attack. That's just my guess. Switch over to that. That dog has a lot of health. Okay, let's talk to Keston. There's someone who seems especially suspicious to me. The maid. You think so? He thinks for a moment, then nods. As you wish, my Baroness. I'll bring her. Sana, I think you know why I brought you here. I would? How? Do you jest, my lord? How can I know what you're thinking? You are thinking I... Enough. We know who you are. Lamashtu won't help you. Is that so? Then you know little of our faith indeed. The Great Mother is with me. Prepare yourself for her. I was right. Yeah, I had a feeling she was going to fight back. Choose this. Ekadeo might be able to finish. Yep, there he goes. All these people in the lodge, are they here because of you? They were searching for the blessings of Lamashtu. Other gods have denied them, and they had to ask Mother of Monsters for her benefaction. So all of them are here for whatever reason. I understand why Alika's here. I don't blame her. The couple from Restov, did they come to meet you? Yes, several years ago, the lawyer defended a necromancer in court in his native city, and he won the trial. Since then, all Tedrim's attempts to conceive a child were doomed to fail. Pharasma didn't want us to prolong the bloodline of a man who protected those who raised the dead. Una has more brains than her spineless maid, so she sought the support of Lamashtu. The child, of course, will bear the mark of a goddess. But Tedrim don't have much choice. Pharasma's memory is long. What's the story of the merchant's widow? Olika, Olika, Olika. She's a poor girl clinging to the unborn life in her womb. The seed of her husband was too weak. Olika's child is doomed to perish before coming to this world. Is the lodge hostess involved in all this? This thoughtless thing? No, she did not was not smart enough to see what was transpiring under her nose. I won't offend the name of Lamashtu by calling her hostess one of her tribe. Enough. Tell me who you are, quick now. I am the priestess of the cult of Lamashtu, the Great Mother, the ancestress of monsters. I'm not from these lands. I came because of the pleas of your people, who seek the mercy of my goddess. I came to these lands in secret and hid my identity from everyone except for those initiating the mysteries of Great Mother. Even the hostess of this lodge had no idea who I was, and those looking for divine benefaction found me on their own. And there are more than the followers of Rasshill would believe. Tell me about the cult. We are numerous and we are strong. The tribe of Lamashtu followers grow every day, breeds and spreads over the lands of Galarion, and search for places to create new packs. Have you allied with goblins and other creatures in the area? No, we have the same mistress, but our paths to faith are different. Where are the other cultists hiding? You cannot make me betray the children of Great Mother. Torture me if you like. Lamashtu will grant me the strength to endure any pain you inflict upon me. What kind of rituals were you performing? We prayed to Lamashtu. We asked for new offsprings in the pack. We mated like wild animals, free of stupid prejudices. I'll spare you the details, Aasimar. Those like you are unable to accept the greatness of our ancient faith. Aren't you a merry bunch? But you know, Callistra's faithful have a lot of fun too. Just without the risk of growing a pair of tentacles in the process. Don't you dare compare your frivolous gods to ours, who's as old as the world itself. Your orgies are little more than entertainment for bored townsfolk. Ours are full of primordial wisdom. Could we please skip that theological debate over which cult has better orgies? It disgusts me to listen to this. Enough about that. You and your minions unleashed a blight across my lands. Because of you, monsters overrun the barony, and honest people fear to leave their homes. That's nonsense. I've heard the stories about what's happening in your barony, Aasimar, but I have nothing to do with this. The Grey Mother rules the monsters of this world, but if you had truly earned her wrath, your lands would be drowning in blood. No, Baroness, you must look elsewhere to place blame. Lamashtu and her followers have nothing to do with your troubles. Keston, I have an order for you. Please be merciful to these people. Imagine how great their despair must be to turn to the monstrous Lamashtu for help. Though the thought disgusts me, the priestess did try to help them in whatever way she could. The priestess skill is obvious to me, the others not so much. These people are innocent, let them leave. As for the priestess, she's banished from these lands forever. See to it she's removed from the barony at once. I don't think the Stolen Lands have ever seen someone as kind and noble as you. Harsh but fair, befitting a true ruler. Your Grace, wait. Let me ask you, no, let me beg you, allow the priestess to perform one last ritual. Let her save my child. I have no other hope except for Tisana. Yeah, we're gonna go with this. You can perform it. You may think of me whatever you like, but I have a duty to my pack. I'll help Olika and the child we be born as a symbol of Lamashtu's grace. That's all. We'll deal with these people as you've ordered. I suppose it'll be a relief to Doomra to get rid of such troubling guests. I thank you, Your Grace, for your help and for your wisdom. A pity we didn't discover the true reason behind the blight. But at least we have one less mystery on our hands. Have a safe journey, my Baroness. Alright, we did it. And that's going to be the end of this episode. This episode's going to be running a little bit longer than average. But we're going to end it here. And next episode, we're going to do Mother of Monsters. So we need to find the Goblin Village. So that'll be in the next episode. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.